Hello everyone, today in this video we'll fight against the advanced character of our world around us, and this time we will come back to very important topic that from time to time comes back to this channel. This topic is related to education of youth, and this education was and is very important, especially now because we need to detach young people from this world that is created virtually by the internet, social media, and other media that detach our young children and also our youth from the reality. So, one of the best therapies I would offer to young ones is reading. But now, what to read? Mm. There was a series in 1930s books, I think to 1950s in France, and later translated in communistic Poland into Polish. And many of these works were translated by different translators and published by different publishers also in English. This is Daily Life series by the La Hachette publisher in France, and these books are very nicely written in a popular style, but contain a lot of historical information about the daily life condition of people from different historical period, since from ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, old Japan, biblical times, till modern times, so till the mid of 20th century. And by reading these books, which are in most cases very nicely written and contain also many solid information about the daily life of our ancestors, plus sometimes a lot of anecdotes, these books are telling us the second part of the history that is very often completely neglected when history is being taught to the young ones. Because to understand better our ancestors and their decisions and the way how they are acting, we should understand the materialistic conditions in which they were living and the problems with which they had to deal with every day of their lives. And I really don't like such internet videos like you wouldn't survive one day in a stone age, you wouldn't survive 24 hours, it means one day in early medieval times or blah 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 blah. No, such videos are too simplified and they are very, I would say, biased. They do not present entire known picture of daily life of these past historical periods. That is why one needs to go to text written by good specialists who really dedicated years to study our past. And here, if we like it or not, the French people in studying daily life of our ancestors plus history in numbers, so history in terms of quantity, are the best. Here this La Hachette series of daily life, which started in 30s, and more or less at the same time the Annales school in Paris, started by Lucien Lefebvre and Marc Bloch, and the successors of them as the leaders of this school of historians. Annales really try to describe history in a quantitative manner, and of course nothing is perfect, but this approach I really like because it gives us feeling about our ancestors, how they were living, how many of them we had, what resources they were using, how much and what for. That is why works first for the beginners. I recommend to start with any books from La Hachette series, and later for the more interesting, I really recommend books by the authors of Annales School, and of course famous fifth volume series, The History of the Private Life since Antiquity till Modern Days, also by French authors like Paul Veyne and many others. So I really here Price French Historical School, that they started to investigating history that was neglected by many centuries, history of everyday life of people from different social layers. That is why, to understand our ancestors better and also ourselves, thanks to this, we need to understand our and their habitat first. Then we can be more and more immune on also leftist propaganda. Take care, have a nice day, bye.